All right, we are live. What is going on, y'all? What is going on? You know we had to do something a little bit different. It is your favorite HBCU. It is So Phillips. Man, getting ready to get it going, man. Had to create a little something different for you guys on the Sunday, cold Sunday. Man, just had to call my boys on and said, man, you know what? We're going to do a Sunday show. Mississippi boys, North Jackson, sipping on Sundays. Sipping on Sunday. So, man, listen.
Sipping on Sunday.
Already sipping on a little something. So, man, listen, man, we're going to have a good time on Sunday, man. We got some things got a couple things to talk about. Football schedule's out. Andrew Body coming back. FAMU raising $300,000. But, man, I'm going to tell you something, man. I looked on social media, and I saw, and, you know, so we're going to start off. You know, we're going to let people get in. Let's let little people come and get in and stuff like that. So how have you been this offseason? How have you been this offseason so far?
Man, it's been sweet for the kid, man. Look, man, back in the SIP, grinding, you know what I'm saying? Your boy got newly engaged, so you know what I'm saying? Life's good over here, man. And you know, the season to end the way we want it for JSU, but man, on and upward, man. Look, we got the best transfer recruiting haul of all the HBCUs coming in. The coaches, they hungry, striving for another championship, man. It didn't end the way we wanted to, and they working toward it now, man. They got a bitter taste in their mouth, and I mean, hey, I like what we're doing so far in the offseason.
Hey, man, well, so you know what? I'm going to say this, man. It's been a beautiful, beautiful last month and the first month of the new year for the FAMU Rattlers, boy. You know, I'm creating a sign. We have gone 32 days without any FAMU foolishness. So, see, y'all can't go on here, so you know what I mean? You would come on and, you know, say, Steve, man, I feel sorry for it, but, you know, if y'all get together, man, we getting together down there in Rattlerland, man. You know what I'm saying? Recruits coming in, got a coach, kind of remind me of your coach. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, folks is feeling good and everything. We're gonna talk about that. You know, we're going to talk about that, man. So we just letting everybody get in and stuff like that. You know, so listen, man, tell everybody, listen, that's why we're sipping on Sundays, me and Zoe, North Jackson's finest. And, man, going to break it down, man. Listen. So let me start off with one thing. We are on the Offscript Channel. We're on the Rocky Mill Channel, home to HBC Coaches Corner. Anything that will be said tonight does not reflect on Abraham Scott. So if you need to sue, you send it to me. I have that is willing and well and able. So this has nothing to do with Abraham Scott. He is, because we all know, he is a proud employee of Alabama A&M. You know what I'm saying? So he's working. So that's what I'm saying. So, you know, so last time we came on, people say, well, where's Scott at? He's working. So me and Zoe about to hold this thing down. This might be a thing that we're going to do every Sunday. Me and Zoe going to see how our schedules work out. But we're going to bring, because, you know, me and Zoe know a little bit of something about all these schools. You know, Zoe's a historian. And y'all know I'm a historian. And y'all know I know all the background people. Zoe know all the front round people. So, man, we're going to have a good time. So listen, we're going to get right into it, man. We got people, you know, coming in, man. Look, hit the like button. That's what I want you all to do. Share, let everybody know we got going on. We have a good time. But Zoe, I called you because the schedule's been released. And I'll say mine too, because it's my hometown. Jackson State Tigers released their schedule. Now, I'm going to play their schedule, and I want to get your opinions on the schedule. Because,
well, before you do, I'd be remiss. I know we got people tuning in. I'm not trying to change the energy, but
no.
I'd be remiss if I just want to say before we start.
I know exactly.
RIP to the Corey C. You know what I'm saying? With Tiger Talk, man. Laid him to rest yesterday. And I'd be remiss if I don't start anything talking about JSU. We're talking about the Corey C, man. Gone but not forgotten. I just want to go ahead and get that out there before we even get started, man. But you can go ahead and get ready to drop that video.
No, you know what? And I apologize because only reason, you know what? And I apologize because I actually did my same thing for the Corey C and the Collins family. So me and you together, we did not get that, you know, like I say, and I will say this, you know, if people don't understand how pivotal what you guys did, because I heard you guys, see, people don't say, I heard you guys on Spotify. 1400 Club. I was driving back and forth to the HBCUs. I said, okay, these brothers from Jack State, you know, got a little Spotify channel and things like that. So that brother was such an innovator, you know what I mean? And things like that to see and to, you know, and one thing what I do like, you know what people think about you when you have left this earth, and you heard nothing but great things about Corey and who he is. So to your right, Zoe. So we definitely want to get that, because man, we are all family and all that. So thank you for letting us do a little pause and everybody, and especially to his family. Now, with that being said, we about to get into this. So my boy, Austin ASAP Visuals dropped. Looked like the only school. I don't know what was going on Zoe this year. Y'all don't had a video.
And let me say this too. Let me break this. When it comes to schedule releases, JSU was the first in the SWAC to do that. The first in the SWAC to do the video releases with the schedule. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing it every year since. So, I saw some little chat online talking about, oh, this was that. I'm like, man, look, we're doing what on brand, what we've always done. We switch it up every year. And shout out to Austin, man. Again, another year, another amazing job, best media team in the conference, longest tenured media director in the conference as well. So True. Doing this thing, and it was a damn good look. You know what I'm saying? We can get this schedule though. We're gonna talk about that.
We're going to talk about it. So we're going to get this thing. Let me get this all nice and set up, everything. And, let's see here. There we go. Now, so correct me if I'm wrong. This is North Park Mall, is it not?
Yeah, man. North Park Mall, dog.
Okay. So, just to set up for people that are not from Jackson, this is the only mall in the Jackson metro area. Actual mall, North Park,
indoor mall. We'll see.
Indoor mall. Shout out to Metro Center over there in West Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Metro Center.
Shout out to Metro Center, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. So anyway,
shout out Jackson Mall too.
Oh yeah, that is actually the building is still there, still there. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Jackson Mall. Okay, so we're gonna get this started, and we're going to let Zoe break this down. It's 3 minutes. Take your time, and here we go.
Come on in the room. It's Mr. Big Bad Brave, and I got something to say. You ain't think you was gonna see me, huh? You ain't think you was gonna see me, huh? Well, I got something to say. Soul Bowl 2026, you gotta come see me on a reservation. Come see what it feels like to play in the stadium on the campus. Come on down here and see me. One way in, one way out. We do this for the state of Mississippi. I ain't say Mississippi, I say for the state of Mississippi. We do this for the state. We're gonna have a good time, eat good, party good, but you know I need my payback. And I got something to say. Don't forget before I go, look. I got my guy. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Soul Mode 2026, let's do it.
Now, let me before you get started. First of all, I'm gonna say this. At the end of it, the most important thing: get your season tickets. That's very important. But I'm gonna say one thing: how y'all gonna let a man for Alcorn be the star of y'all's schedule? That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I got two things to that. First thing first, I want to correct G. He told a lie on the video. The video was to play a game on your own campus. I gotta correct him. I say is on our campus. Jackson is our campus. We say all the time, Jackson is Jackson State's campus.
The whole city.
The whole Jackson is our campus. So the State is on campus. But the second thing is, I like the touch of adding G, but the only thing about it is it kind of it misses the mark because it would hit harder on that video had Alcorn won last season. But they didn't. We did what we always do to them. And so saying come see you, what we coming to see? Because we own them in Lorman. Go check the record. We own them in Lorman. We own them in Speak Stadium. We own them in Lorman. We own them in the overall series. And it ain't close. So, add G. And let me say this too. Y'all gotta stop saying big bad Braves. There's nothing big about Alcorn. I mean, well, it's a land grant. They got a lot of land. They got big land.
They do have a lot of land.
They got big land. Ain't outside that, there's nothing big about
you. Now, listen, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Austin. I listen, for creativity. So here's the thing. When I saw this, and I saw where it was going, because I saw the clip of G right first before I saw the whole thing, and then once I saw the thing. Now, the only thing that I will say, I think Austin could have done was made the team schedule, like how you watch a movie, the preview on the screen. I think that's where he should have put that. Now that would have been super dope. But and then maybe because what I would have done, and like I say again, I think it's innovative. I love it. I would have had the players as they're watching the screen. You know what I'm saying? And especially most of the teams y'all are beating. Oh man, ain't nobody watching that movie. You know what I'm saying? I would have been having those guys be a little bit more interactive. Man, ain't nobody watching that. Don't nobody want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna take it a different direction. I don't know if you remember this. When I first saw it, I liked the concept of it. But when I first saw it, I went in a whole different direction. I was thinking they should have did the movie theater and did almost like a football rendition of the Fugees Killing Me Softly. I don't know if you remember the video. I don't know if you remember the video, but they were at the movie theater. And you could have twerked that. You see what I'm saying? I think that would.
Yeah, they're throwing stuff at the screen and stuff like that. Absolutely.
But nonetheless, it was damn good video, man. Damn good work. Damn good video. Like always.
So shout out the fact that again, because like I said, I haven't seen anybody else, done a video and things like that. So shout out to Jack State. Shout out to all that. But Zoe, we ain't really here to talk about the video.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about the videos. Yeah, we actually are here to actually talk about the schedule.
Yeah, man.
Now, so I'm gonna pull up something. I got something else to share. And let me, if you don't mind, just give me 1 second, because you wrote something that got people a little bit upset. And I just want to make sure we're quoting you correctly. And I want to pull that up. So just bear with me 1 second. Because you post several things. Let me make sure. let me post this one first. Let me post this, because I think one of them will respond. But because I want you to explain this to people. Where is this at?
We like context.
Okay, here we go. So we'll do this one first. Okay, we'll do this one first. And I'm gonna share my screen. So this is So Phillips, Jackson State historian. And I don't think you were happy, Zoe, with what was going on. So, and this is what you posted on social media. Let's see if we make that bigger. There we go. Let's see here. I'm going to read this, Zoe, and then now this is So Phillips. We need a minimum of 6 home games every season. JSU should never play 2 D2 schools in one season. That's so weak. Remove Edwin Waters and schedule another home-and-home with NCCU or Delaware State. We should be playing 12 games too. So Why did you want to tweet this? And why are half the Jackson State fans with you and the other half ain't with you? What's going on here?
I mean, honestly, I don't see how anybody could be against anything that I stated in within this. You know, I saw some things people talking about, you know, strength of schedule, or, you know, we don't have to have a tough schedule. And I'm like, you're missing the mark. It's not about playing the toughest schedule in the conference. It's not what it's about. Let me remind everybody, the number one purpose of football or collegiate athletics is a business. And the first thing is to do all the things to make as much of a profit as possible. And this schedule is not doing that. Let me be clear. This schedule is not doing that. Also, I hear some people, oh, man, it don't matter. Let me say this. Yes, we all know, no matter what your schedule is, yes, we all want to win every game, and we all want to win the conference to go Celebration Bowl. That kind of goes without saying. So let's not even talk about this. It's like, duh, right? But there's context to that. So we want to pick and choose how we view and how we feel things, right? So again, unlike most people, I want Jackson State to be the best version of itself at all times. So again, what does that look like, Zoe? That looks like, you know, I'm not sitting out here saying we gotta go out here and play North Dakota State. We gotta go out here and play. No, you don't have to do that. I'm not against it if you do it, but you don't have to do that. What I'm saying is play attractive, competitive games. Make things attractive for the best fan base in all of FCS. So again, we have now you can play 12 games every season. It's not going to change going forward. So the first thing first is if you're allowed to play 12 games, damn it, play 12 games. Because not playing that 12th game is asinine to me. Period. And if you're in the process of scheduling the game and it fall through at that point, if you have to schedule a D2 to fill the schedule, then okay, by all means, you can schedule a D2 and you got that 12th game. We can understand that. But standing by an 11-game schedule, knowing you can get 12 games is asinine. It just doesn't make sense. Also, we're already giving away one home game, going to Mobile to play Alabama A&M. I know the means behind that. I don't agree with it, but that's not my decision. Because my thing is Jackson State should play 7 home games. If you got 12 games, Jackson should play 7 home games every year. Because if you're winning with 7 home games, that's what happened in the 80s. We weren't playing 7 home games, but you were playing 5 in an 11-game season, sometimes 6. But when you were winning at the clip that we were winning, you created a buzz, and that's what created the Jackson State mystique, and the fan base grew during those times. We're not doing anything to try to grow the fan base because you can't do that playing games on the road. Yeah, you can win, but you have to do things at home to rev your home base. Jackson State has an old fan base too. Like you look at last season, we played 1 week we're in Las Vegas, the next week we're going to Tallahassee on the road. And in the past 2 to 3 years, we scheduled games where it was not advantageous for our fan base. It's not. And so again, yes, these are games at home, but man, look, I'm 47 years old. Lord willing, I'll be 48 this year. We've played Tuskegee. If I had to high side it, we probably played them 4 times in Jackson since I've been alive. Right. Those games aren't attended well. And we played them at home last year. So I understand it's a deal, but my thing is, why even sign that deal? But I'm not, and let me say this, I'm not against playing D2s. I'm not against playing 2. Edward Waters is not an attractive game for your home opener. Because guess what? You got Edward Waters followed by Tuskegee. That's not an attractive game. And we talk about trying to increase season tickets. Now, I know some people say, well, it shouldn't matter who you play. That can be true, but that comes with an asterisk because you know that you have other attractive games to follow through. Watch this, Steve. We play Tennessee State. We play Tuskegee. Now watch this. What if we play South Carolina State at home and then you replace Edward Waters with, let's just say, Morgan State? I'm just throwing something out there.
Yeah.
So let's say I'll tell you what, let's say we got Delaware State. We got Delaware State, Tennessee State, and South Carolina State. And all those games are at home as well as Tuskegee. That's an attractive schedule, bro. Now that could generate some buzz because watch this. Deshaun Jackson coming on the road to Jackson as a non-conference game. You see what I'm saying? With the way that they had last year. South Carolina State won the MEAC last year. You see what I'm saying? Won the HBCU National Championship, and also this could be the rubber match. Now that's an attractive non-scheduled slate. Now you could package that and sell that for season tickets. Now more people will say, yeah, I'm going to get season tickets now because guess what? We got Delaware State, South Carolina State, Southern, and FAMU at home. That's an attractive-ass home slate, bro. And we're not doing that. Scheduling 2 D2s, man, it lacks effort, bro. That's what I see when I see scheduling Edward Waters. That lacks effort, bro. And we've played them twice since 2020. Think about that. We played Edward Waters and Tuskegee twice since 2020.
But
That's
so,
not
okay,
gonna
so
bro.
let me play the other side because you know Asher Robbins is a friend of ours, our homeboy, best AD in the SWAC. I think we can all agree on that. But so there's 2 sides to that now because if you play, so let's say Delaware State, I like that. Let's just say South, because I think the South Carolina State is a perfect fit just because of the intensity, the new rivalry per se. You met in the Celebration Bowl, you know what I mean? You met in the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Again, the fan base are engaged. But that means the next year you got to replace that game anyway.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, no, you don't. Let me tell you why. No, you don't. Let me tell you why. Because when you get in a habit of scheduling home and home, then you don't. See, like I said, I'm not against scheduling D2s because, like, for example, I don't have a problem with you saying, you know what, we're going to schedule an SIAC opponent every year. You can have one of those to misplace the next game rolling off your schedule. So, but see, the thing is, because again, we don't schedule a bunch of money games. We don't. No HBCU does. That's what a D2 is, but we don't do that mostly for the most part. So, you know, and if we do them one. That's when you get your what's that? The team out there in California.
Sacramento State.
No. The little NAIA school. Lincoln or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, they'll schedule those, whatever the case may be. But again, when you get in the habit of doing a home and home, that eliminates that because scheduling is easy at that point. It's easy. And so again, you already know pretty much what it's going to be like next year. Just like right now. I can tell you right now, we're going to have 6 home games next year. You want to know how I know? Because all you're doing is inverted it.
Inverted, right. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Watch this. We started home and home with Tennessee State. So now we know Tennessee State is coming to Jackson next year. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to replace the Edward Waters game because, again, that's a money game for them. But if it was home and home, you know what I'm saying? You know how you're going to twerk that. It's come on, man. It's not like you got to put a great effort into it, man. You got to have the intention of wanting to put together a damn good schedule. That's what it comes down to.
Now, one of the things, and again, I saw a lot of people, and you know, again, and I don't think people were against you per se, but I think people saying, "Hey, this is the schedule. We're gonna play the schedule because our end result is to win a SWAC championship, HBCU national championship, as in playing the Celebration Bowl." What do you now? Hold on, I'm gonna pull up your next tweet, which ties into that. Give me 1 second as we pull that up. All right, here. Let's see here. Let me make that a little bit bigger. So this was a follow response though that you had right here. Won't you explain to people, because people really got upset with you about this right here. So I'm going to read this again. I'm going to let you explain. Some of y'all will never get it. It is not about having the strongest schedule in the conference. If the only thing that matters is this SWAC championship and getting Atlanta, then don't play Tennessee State either. From here on out, play only NAIA teams for all non-conference games. That is dumbass thinking. This is a business first. A sorry non-interested home slate isn't good for business, but y'all will see as season's end. Explain this tweet right here, because folks was at you, because this was more you responded back to them.
I mean, it's simple economics. When you have an unattractive home slate, you can't say nothing if the fans aren't turning out. I mean, if you don't have attractive games, fans don't come. And let me say this too. You have to know your fan base. Look, I'm a Jacktown Jew through and through. I'm a football nerd as it is too. Ain't nobody coming to no Edward Waters, bro. And that's the season opener. That's the season home opener. Ain't nobody coming to that game, bro. And what I mean by that is some people may say, oh, well, if you get 20,000, man, it's still good numbers in comparison to everybody else, but that's lowering the bar. That's low hanging fruit. I want Jackson State to be the best version of itself. Steve, you know, like I know, Jackson State literally can average 45,000 fans every home game if it put its best foot forward. Point blank, period. So my thing is, why not strive for that? We did 42,000 when Coach Prime was here. If you could do 42, you could do 45. Hell, I believe you could do 50 if we really keep it in a buck, because it's enough fans here locally to do it. But we're not doing it. I don't know if you remember, bro, when Coach Prime got here. Remember, Campbell was getting all these great recruiting classes, right? Yeah. Even though it was homecoming. Do you remember the buzz when we scheduled Campbell?
Yeah.
And that was a money game for them, right? So if you could do it for Campbell, we could do that every season. You can do that every season, bro. And everybody was into that game because what? Oh, Campbell. That's what I'm saying. It was generate buzz because of who it was and what they were doing. You have to have that mindset for every non-conference game that you schedule, because the conference slate is the conference slate. It's going to be what it's going to be. But football is a business, bro. And if you're not trying to have attractive games at home and generate things at home, it's going to be what it's going to be. Just like back in the day when Grambling was going on with Colin Nicholson, yeah, Grambling was known to play 4 home games, but they were called the Black Notre Dame, meaning that they were going to all these neutral sites because they were trying to increase their brand. And you know what it did, though? It destroyed what they did at home. Facts. It destroyed what they did at home. There is no great home culture at Grambling, but they do have a national brand. You know why they have a national brand? Because of the work that they did back then in the 60s. The first team to play outside the country, willing to play in all these urban markets. You know what I'm saying? They reached the Grambling brand out there. You have to have a plan in place for what you want to do with your football program. And Jack State being the biggest fan base, the biggest brand, football brand from again, eyes and moving the needle. When it comes to that, you got to make moves and make decisions in doing that. And we're not doing that. Because again, even if we want to play in these classes because they make some games, they probably can make more money supposedly there than at home. I call cap on that, because my thing is put the work in to get asses in the seats at home. Schedule attractive game. Because guess what? I guarantee you, if Jack State had won the national championship last season and you had South Carolina State on the schedule at home in Jackson, that game gonna do numbers. You know it and I know it, Steve. And guess what? You'll probably have a lot more fans from South Carolina coming than usual for that game, because they're gonna be like, damn, it's an attractive game on the road at Jackson. Like I'm all for us actually going to Orangeburg or going to Durham or going to Dover. Or hell, even if, for example, if Southeast Louisiana is good, I would love to go there too.
See, that's the thing that now you hit something, and you know, I hear, and like I say again, you know, I follow Jack State, I hear the fans, and I'm just gonna use your fan base, right? Jack State got a big brand, everybody knows us. But to your point, I think, why not go to North Carolina and play a game in North Carolina,
and then have them come back to Jackson the next year
and come back? So I think what you're saying is when you're looking at, because I looked up the Southland Conference. So again, so you're talking Stephen F. Austin, they won the conference, Southland, and then Rio Grande Valley. Of course, they played Prairie View. Lamar's in that conference. McNeese, Nichols. Of course, Southern plays those guys. Northeastern Alcorn plays those guys. So to me, I think there's a fine balance. I think what you're saying is I don't think anybody's going to get excited about Edward Waters for you guys.
And Steve, let me mention this too, because you just brought up a name, right? Give you an example. Well, a lot of y'all may not know this, but Jackson State used to do the very thing that I'm saying. If you go back to the 80s, when Jackson State was really thriving, we won the SWAC 8 out of 10 years. We were playing those teams in the MEAC. We were playing Northwestern State. We were playing Stephen F. Austin. We were signing home and home with them, dog. I seen Stephen F. Austin in the vet in the regular season. We used to schedule those teams, bro. We used to schedule teams against the Southland Conference and beat them and then go there and play them. We used to do that in the 80s. So why we do what we do, right? And again, because I know some people said, no, I'm not saying that you got to have the toughest conference, non-conference slate. That's not what I'm getting at. But you got to have games that are attractive, and you got to schedule smart. There's nothing wrong with scheduling ULM. We played them plenty of times, and the game was close, and the game could have went either way, and we could have won. That's a winnable game. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some, bro. But my thing is play those games, because guess what? Those players win. If we win that game, and those players shine in that game, guess what? That's advantageous for those players. And this NIL, you know what I'm saying, transfer portal era that we're in, You want to have games against those lower FBS opponents, and you want to win those games. Man, just going the cupcake route, man, ain't gonna get it. I'm not talking about wins and losses when I say cupcake. I'm talking about attractive games, bro. I want to see the vet with 40, 45,000 for every game. And I want to see damn good games at the vet and on the road. Playing Edward Waters ain't gonna cut it. And it's the second time we played them since 2000, bro. No SWAC school should play any NAIA opponent ever. Ever. But no SWAC school or MEAC school for that matter. Man, you should not be playing those 2D2s in the same damn season. That's ludicrous. And that's lazy scheduling.
So let me ask you a question. Why was everybody so mad at you when you made this statement? Well, what do you think? Let's keep it a buck. Because, again, and I'm talking about people that I think are your friends. I know you know them and stuff like that. And then, this is what tickles me about Twitter, right? And I'm going to say this, man. And one thing about me, and I know Zoe's like this. Listen, if you got something to say about us, at us. Don't be around here because we follow you. We see what you say.
I'm going to do one better. Don't at me. See me and say so.
Well, either way, my point of it is, if you made a statement, they're responding to the statement. We know they respond to the statement. Let's have a dialogue. But don't sit up there and sit back there and say, because I'm not saying your opinion is right or wrong, but let's have an honest dialogue. Don't be around in the back, around there subtweeting and stuff like that. Man, y'all too better than that. So why do you think the people were subtweeting when you made these posts?
Man, sometimes it's just, because other people from other schools may latch on to it and use that to needle some people. And some people just sensitive, dog. I have rhinoceros skin. It don't bother me. But, that'd be the thing. Sometimes people just can't take any type of criticism or, look, man, I'm going to say, man, nobody or the next man loves Jack State more than me. I'm not sitting there saying that my love for Jack State is greater than everybody else's, right? No, we all have an equal vested thing in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard Jew through and through. But at the same time, man, some people don't want you to say anything that could be in a negative light of JSU. But look, my thing is, I want the best version of JSU at all times. I don't settle for mediocrity. I strive for greatness in everything I do in my personal life and for Jackson State. Point blank, period. And I want Jackson State to be the best version of itself. I can't speak for people who want to settle for mediocrity, and a lot of people do. And again, I don't want to just win the SWAC. We've done this several times. I don't just want to win a Celebration Bowl. I want Jackson State to be the best version of itself at all times. Point blank, period.
Well, let me say something about that because I hear people, man. I'm in this chat and I love those guys, man. I'm older than most of those guys, so I hear the thing about scheduling and playing and stuff like this. And here's what I'm gonna say to this: I'm like this. Schedule whoever schedule. If you want to schedule North Dakota, because my thing is, if you want to be the best, go play the best. Because you ain't got to play them in the championship. If you whip their ass on the field, that's good enough for me. But what I will say is that we kind of don't understand the reason why. I mean, listen, I talk to ADs, HBCU Coaches Corner. We talk to a lot of ADs. And a lot of times the scheduling does come down to finances. It comes down to what can we do to balance these books. So I'm going to say this again. If you don't want to see Jackson State, and guess what? We're going to pull up somebody else's schedule because I want to see what you thought about this right here too, Zoe. Because I said, wait a minute now. This right here. I'm like, what are they scheduling? So we're gonna look at everybody's schedule. We're just gonna pick and choose.
Hey, look, before you and look, I don't even know where you can go, but I'm gonna say this too, because Southern schedule is trash too.
Well, it's mighty funny that you said that. Well, guess what we going?
Trash too.
We going right here to Southern. And let me see if I can. Let's see how we can do this. Get out the way. Let's see that. Okay, let's see. Can we see that?
Yeah. You can see it.
Okay, so Southern starts off, and this is the Southern Jaguars. Marshall Faulk, new coach. So Southern comes out, Alabama State. Now the question I want to ask Southern is that game is a non-conference game, right? Probably that Alabama State game, probably non-conference. Southern people, let me know. You play Kentucky State. You go to Houston. I need somebody please explain to me who and what is Louisiana Christian. I need to understand. Where is Louisiana Christian?
Now, let me say this. Southern schedule, like they play Houston, and they're right there. We understand where it is. But my thing is Southern schedule. Kentucky State. Again, that's a D2 school, And again, I'm not against D2s. You can have one.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at
that. Let me tell you why. You know, it's a money game for them. And if you got a 12 game, if you have 12 games in the schedule, that's just one game, and you still got 3 non-conference games.
Right.
So I get it, right? If you open the season against Kentucky State, I understand it, I get it, and I have nothing negative to say about it whatsoever. But what misses the mark, at least, and I didn't count the games, but like again, there is no excuse not to have 12 games now that you can have 12 games every season. Number one, but then number two, you know I hate playing 2D2s, but then Louisiana Christian is out. They're an NAIA school, bro. I think they're in Pineville, Louisiana.
Shout out to Jay Jackson, man. This is my guy right here. There's one thing about this boy right here.
Alexandria, okay.
Louisiana Christian is Alexandria, former Louisiana College. Why are they on our schedule? Now, this is a boy that knows something. And man, this is my thing right here. I understand you got to have a home game to make money. Keep the lights on. But I want to go back to, again, why this school? That's my thing.
I just don't
you
get
play Delta State.
Now, let me say this. I don't. Now watch this. If you remove, I'm being honest. If you remove Louisiana Christian from that school and Southern plays Nickel State or Southeastern, because that's 30 minutes from Southern. If you replace that game with that team or those teams, it's an attractive schedule. I can't front. I really can't. You put Nickel State or McNeese, Nichols, or Southeastern Louisiana. It's a whole different schedule. So it changes it. It totally changes it, bro. Or like you said, or La Tech. But my thing is, you know what? Let me swap that. Change Louisiana Christian and say you put Howard. I'm just saying, it's a more attractive game at that point, bro. Louisiana Christian just ain't cutting the mustard when you already got Kentucky State. Look, I'm not sitting here saying, man, go out here and just get a bunch of money games, because I believe in scheduling games that I feel like you should schedule a game where, look, the game can go either way, and then schedule a game that you got a shot to win. If you lose, you lose. Look, you're not going to always win. You're not going to always lose. But there's no shame in playing. Like Southern should play ULM. There's no shame in that game. It's an in-state game. And then some of the recruits that you get, they may even be trying to get them. My thing is, you probably may lose that game, but what if you win that game? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got an FBS win under your belt in state. Your fans could go to that game. It's a 30,000 seat stadium. You could take over that stadium. Like, that's an attractive game. It's an attractive game. So my thing is, there's no point in us playing D2. Like, those games are not attractive for our fans. Now watch this. Your home opener, for the most part, you probably could get your fans after that game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. But Edward Waters for us, man, like I said, we may do okay with that one because it's the season the home opener. But Tuskegee the next week, I'm telling you.
See, to me, I would now. See, here's the thing, and because we are going back, because now we're just going to kind of peruse some of the schedules, because I want to make this point. To me, you keep Tuskegee. Because Tuskegee, there's a lot of people from Jackson that attend Tuskegee. And
Tuskegee is a blue blood. It's an HBCU blue blood.
If I'm going to keep that game, I'm going to keep the Tuskegee game.
And get rid of Edward Waters.
That's
what I said.
Yeah, that's it. Now, Zoe, so now we're going to roll over, and I'm going to share the next school that I thought. Because these guys right here, and we're going to talk about who's coming back. Now, this is Alabama State's schedule. Let's see, man.
Count them. 7 home games. Count them.
So here's the thing. So you got Southern, Lane College, Alabama School, Labor Day Classic, Troy, Mississippi Valley, Bethune, FAMU, UAPB, Alabama A&M, Texas Southern. So here's the deal. I'm not mad at this schedule. You go and here's the thing. To the Alabama State people, you were never going to the playoff because y'all play Tuskegee. So stop it. Even if that game against Tuskegee was the week before playoff, you still wasn't gonna make it.
Let me say something. I do not believe in what they're doing, but Alabama A&M, I can put an asterisk by their name, and let me tell you why. They play Tuskegee off the
Alabama State.
I'm sorry. I put an asterisk by Alabama State every year with this schedule anyway, because they play Tuskegee every year in the Turkey Day Classic as it is, and Tuskegee owns them in the series. So that's right. That's an outlier.
Yeah.
Them playing lane, I don't agree with it. But here's the difference, though. If you look at Alabama State schedule, which I like it, let me tell you why. Because they got 7 home games, bro. If you look at their schedule is set up and it's more advantageous for them to win, probably more than any school in the East.
Right.
You got 7 home games, bro. 7. So again, I don't like the lane game because you play Tuskegee, but again, I give them an asterisk because Tuskegee owns Alabama State.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just say this. Just imagine if they replace that lane game with another FCS opponent. I'm not going to say FBS opponent. Just imagine if they put another FCS opponent for that game and it's at home. Now it's an attractive schedule. Now it's like I would sit there and say they got probably one of the best schedules in the conference. But the difference is they play Southern. That's a non-conference game.
Now, I see my nephew and Lionel. You know what? So these are the people who've been bragging about their schedule. They are acting like they got the greatest schedule all time. I'm going to pull that up. Prairie View. And I find this schedule very interesting for what it could be or what it can't be. So let me make this a little bit bigger for everybody. See if we can make that bigger. People can see it. So they got a very interesting schedule. They started with Tarleton State, then went to the playoffs. Texas Southern, of course, Labor Day weekend, Labor Day Classic. That's always that first game. Baylor, that's their money game that they always play. Stephen F. Austin. And then they go to Grambling. Now, T-Jack is our guy, friend of the show, one of my friends. And he said when he first got there, we ain't trying to be HBCU good. We want to be FCS good. And this schedule points to that. But what I will say, Prairie View, that you all get that, you all are in Texas that's got a lot, just like Louisiana, a whole lot of FCS schools, which gives you the option to play a lot of FCS schools.
Yep.
So don't act like, because then when I start rolling to the other schools in the country, like other than Louisiana, because Florida, guess what? Everybody else went up. They left FAMU. Alabama, you see what most of those schools have moved up. Mississippi, it ain't no other FCS schools other than HBCU schools.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I love this schedule. I do. I love this schedule. I think it makes sense. But the thing more than anything about Prairie View schedule is more than Southern, more than Jackson State, was there was intentionality with the scheduling. And you can't do nothing but respect it, because that's all that I would want for Jackson State and for Southern, to have legit intentionality and a purpose within the scheduling. Because again, Tarleton State, FCS, ranked in-state school. We got to talk about recruiting, whether it's transferring up or transferring down. You're paying Baylor. Look, it's a check. You finna get your head scalped. You're going to get beat to the white meat, but it's in-state. And guess what? In-state recruiting. Stephen F. Austin, going to get your – it's a winnable game, but they probably going to lose. But again, in-state. You look at East Texas A&M, a winnable game, in-state recruiting. They had a plan for their schedule. So at the end of the day, you can't help but respect it, because, again, that's a coach that knows what he wants, working in conjunction with the AD of what we want to do. That's all you can ask, because, again, if I'm a head coach, I'm going to my AD and talking about the types of games that we want to play. And, again, if I'm coaching, man, look, I'm gonna let you do what you do with regards to particular teams. I may voice the opinion of what I want, Steve. But
Right.
we're not doing no 2D2s, bro. We're not doing it. Not doing it.
So as we move around, kind of looking at that, and the thing about it is, here's what's interesting about this schedule. And when I want to talk about Prairie View schedule, and I like it. I really was hoping, and I talked to some of the Prairie View people, there was an opportunity. Tarleton was right in the running. They could have been FCS champions, and Prairie View for a half could have been HBCU champions. That would have been a hell of a first game. But still is a hell of a first game. I like the measuring stick game for Prairie View, especially with T-Jack's mindset. Because, again, for Prairie View, and we talked about this in a chat, and people just don't understand, what Coach Jackson is doing, he is trying to change the belief and understanding what Prairie View is in the state of Texas. This goes for generations, not one generation, not two generations. We're talking 4 generations of people that have no love for Prairie View.
But what you see, Steve, and again, you see a head coach that's going to his AD, working in conjunction with what we want to do from a scheduling standpoint. And I respect it. I respect it because, again, if I'm a coach, I don't care what school it is, you know, because at the end of the day, it's my win-loss record. It's not the ADs.
Yeah.
I'm going to you saying what I want and, you know, saying what I want, what it needs to look like, and what we're trying to do. And again, the schedule is good. Like I said, I like it. I can't deny it. I'm not going to sit here and cap for that either.
So I'm trying to see. I thought I saw Alabama A&M schedule. I was trying to pull that up because they had some interest. Let me see if I can. Here we go. I got it. I knew I saw it. What happened there? Hold on 1 second. Let's see here. There we go. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Go check out what the Bulldogs for Alabama A&M are doing. And, you know, we're going to see what Scott is going to do. You know, Scott is going to do a little something special. I'll let him share that. But I know he's got some great ideas when football season comes around. And here is Alabama A&M schedule. Now, again, they start off. Let me see, make sure everybody can see that. Make that a little bit bigger. So, of course, they started MEAC SWAC Challenge against Howard. I think that's Miles College, I believe. That's where they're playing at Lewis Cruz Classic. They play Tennessee State, FAMU, Jackson State, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, this is just a regular schedule for them. But they play in Alabama a whole lot. So, again, for a coach like Sam Shea, this is a good schedule to get these guys on track.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. This the full schedule?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Am I counting right?
Hold on. Let me use this one. Hold on. Let me say, because I know. Hold on 1 second. Let me use this one. Probably can see it better on this one. That's what it is.
I'm about to say that can't be right.
No, it is. But what it is cut off. Hold on. Let me use this on their website. This will be better. Probably people can see it better too.
There we go. Okay, now, it's a big damn difference now.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm about to say, damn, 9 games? It gotta be wrong.
So, you know.
See, again, same damn thing. Hold on, did they put like a damn moratorium in or something? Everybody was going 2D2s? I'm just saying, Bowie State and Miles, bro.
Hey, listen, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't see, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see, you know what? I'm going to tell you what I don't see, and I'm going to tell you what it is, though. You all, because y'all never did it. Alabama State doesn't have it. We don't have it. Alabama, you know what I'm seeing a trend?
What?
Playing that major group of 4 team, Power 4 team, is not on anybody's schedules. And that's where I think used to be where Alabama A&M might go play Auburn, right? Or somebody like that. And I think that's what schools are saying. They don't like what it's doing to their players.
Southern playing Houston? Southern playing Houston?
Yeah. Southern playing, yeah. And I'm talking about some things that I'm seeing when you see these two D2 schools.
Yeah. My thing is, man, look, play a game that can go either way, an attractive game that can go either way. That's all you can ask for, man. Playing 2D2 ain't gonna cut it, bro. Point blank period is not. It's not, man. And we're gonna have to get away from that. Like, seriously.
Well, so what would you rather have? Okay, so you don't, but let me ask you, what do you think about when they play the money games? You don't like those games either?
Well, no, I'm not like everybody else. I feel like I feel like the SWAC should lock in with the Sun Belt. I really do. I think the SWAC should lock in with the Sun Belt and the MEAC. I do. One game, every school in the conference play one team from that conference. Yeah, right now as it stands, everybody been looking at it like it's an automatic loss. But guess what? We had teams that been competitive and we could have won some of those games.
Right.
And so the Sun Belt is a damn good football conference. But there are some teams that can be had. And again, that's a standard that we need to get to. But no, I don't feel that under any circumstance should any school in the SWAC play any Power 4 team. I don't. My thing is you cut your hay with money in different ways. But I feel like if you're gonna play an FBS opponent, man, play a school from the MAC, play a school from the MEAC. I mean, from the Sun Belt. Play those teams. Because that can be a barometer of what you're trying to get to. Seriously. Right. And then that's a good point. I say you should play. We should lock in. I feel this is what you should do. Literally every team. The SWAC should set this as a precedent. Every team is going to play one team from the Sun Belt or the MAC. There go your FBS opponent. You should play one school in another FCS conference, Southland, Southern, whatever. That's 2 games. You can play one D2 if you choose to, or play 2 other FCS opponents. That will make for a damn good schedule for everybody, bro.
Well, let me tell you, well, here's the thing. And this is why I think this is important. If everybody took your philosophy and you got teams building the upper echelon teams, right? You know what that does? That puts you in the play for the FCS playoffs. That's every year will put you in contention for at least to extend your season, unless you're Southern, Alabama State, and Grambling, who again play Thanksgiving weekend. But for everybody else, you're playing a challenging schedule. Like what you're saying, you get your money game in there, get your check, and then you sneak one. And I think for everybody involved, I think that's really what's important. Now, of course, now we got Florida in there. Now I'm gonna tell you something. So I'm gonna talk about this a little bit. And I knew I was around when this schedule got put in place. This schedule was for totally Florida and them people right here, other than the Miami game right after South Carolina State. But if you are a Rattler, old school, you totally understand it. Because the first game, Albany State,
we get
I like that because you know what they said? You know what? Let's give Coach a tune-up game. Yep. Albany State right down the street. Ain't got to pay money. Former team. You're going to have a beautiful crowd right in there. So, boom, love that. Totally understand that. Makes sense. Then you go, hey, HBCU national champions down in Miami. Hey, long-time rival, MEAC rival. Again, we played South Carolina State. I think the last time we played them, we beat them in Tallahassee. Because I don't think we played them last year. Yeah, I don't think we played them last year. So, yeah, because we played Central. We didn't play South Carolina State. So, again, bring back old MEAC rivalry down in Miami. I think that'll bring that juice because, again, Howard just wasn't it. Again, Howard, I don't understand why those Howard people don't want to come to Miami. I think South Carolina State people are going to come down to Miami. I think that's going to be a real good game. Now, here's what FAMU is going to do. Because for recruiting, for the payment, and they want to see the band, which I don't even know if the band is going to be at this game. This game is a Thursday game in Miami. I also heard, which is crazy, the ACC's got more Friday games than damn near the MAC.
Yep, they do.
Florida State has 4 games on Friday.
They got 4 games on Friday. Yep.
That is insane. But then you're playing University. Now, this game right here, you're talking about a team that played in the national championship. I don't like this game. I've never liked the Miami game. I'm never going to like it. I understand it for recruiting reasons. And also, I think people don't understand, we also use this to recruit actual students.
Yep.
So we go to a lot of the schools, you know, the SGA's down there, they recruit students. So I get that from an academic standpoint. But athletics, I hate it. I don't like it, but it is what it is. Get a check. Now, for us old heads, an old rivalry, new, same thing. And I'm going to tell you this. My cousin is a professor at Tennessee State. I am very knowledgeable at Tennessee State. I got to give Mickey Allen, their AD. He has been working his behind off to get both FAMU and Jack State on their schedule. And he
said, why? Steve, but you know why? That goes back to my point. You know why? Because he's being intentional on making attractive games for what? His alumni base and his fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he got to, because there ain't nobody coming to the rest of the game. And that's what I was telling, people like, oh, well, they need to play. I said, man, listen, I need y'all to be quiet. First of all, half of y'all don't even have 15,000 people coming to y'all games. And y'all talking about Tennessee State. So I'm going to start with your team. If your team ain't averaging 15, please sit this chat out talking about Tennessee State. Tennessee State is an HBCU. Tennessee State was an independent before they got to Ohio Valley. I don't think people understand. Tennessee State literally played every top-notch HBCU every year, year in and year out.
For years.
For years. For years. So those people all the way into the mid-'80s, that's what they saw. So they saw Jackson State, they saw FAMU, they saw Southern, they saw Grambling.
Every year.
Every year. That's what they played. That's why everybody was like, you might well be in the SWAC. You play the SWAC schedule. So to sit back for them to get that game back, great. I love it. Of course, now we're going to the SWAC schedule. Everybody like, oh, I can't believe Alabama State made FAMU homecoming. FAMU was their homecoming in 2024. They always, their first game in October is their homecoming.
And let me say something about that too. In the year of our Lord 2026, people, will y'all please stop saying, oh, they put so and so as if like we chose to put them as homecoming. All HBCUs typically schedule their homecoming on specific dates all the time.
Right.
Has nothing to do with, we're gonna pick them because next year we're gonna have them for homecoming. It's not how it works, people. So please cut this out. Like it's just like the AD and whoever put the schedule together saying, yeah, we're gonna get them and put them for homecoming. It's not how it works, man. Most of us, there's a designated date in mind that we're gonna have homecoming, and how it fall is how it fall. Point blank period.
So of course, we come up there to Jackson, believe it might be y'all homecoming word on the street, might be y'all homecoming. The March of 100 coming.
Ain't no word on the street. That's what it is. Ain't no word on the street.
So there you go.
Man, we was Jackson homecoming.
There you go. There you go. So there you go. And then of course we go into, and then unfortunately, the game that people care about is Mississippi Valley coming to Tallahassee on November 14th. Do you understand, though, the only school in the whole SWAC and MEAC, there's only two schools that have 2-game winning streak against us. That's Jackson State and Mississippi Valley.
Hey, man, I heard people in down Florida.
Country.
Hey, man, I'm tell you, man, them folks in Florida don't like cotton.
Listen, man. This is crazy. So I listen. Look, T-Buck is my guy. I'm a big supporter, but T-Buck, you got to get 70. We got to get 70 because the stench of that cotton field has got to get off our jerseys. It's got to get off our jerseys, man. It has got to get off our jerseys. So, of course, and Bethune-Cookman and everything. Now, you know what? There was one other school again. We're kind of looking at this. I wanted to look at Grambling. I had not seen Grambling's schedule. But, Zoe, tell me what happened, because I did ask you this question because I looked at your schedule. Y'all made them folks all that money out there in Las Vegas. And you said that you guys are going down to Grambling, Louisiana, back in Las Vegas. What's going on here?
Hey, man, it was Grambling's home game this year, and it will be in the hole. I mean, I guess for some odd reason the financials couldn't be met. I'm not going to speak for Grambling, but for whatever reason that they chose, the game won't be in Las Vegas. It will be in the hole.
And I'm surprised that they couldn't figure out a school to try to swoop that in. Let me see if I can find them Grambling. Is this Grambling's football schedule? Let's see here. Because they don't have it on their social media. If anybody has a link to Grambling's schedule, because I wanted to look and see who Grambling played, because I didn't see them drop it like everyone. Listen. Yeah, I only see a couple of games. But, one of the things, what we talked about overall, no Las Vegas game. No, everyone said they made that money from Ohio State. Yeah, but one of the things.
No, you can't say that, because I have yet to meet any human being on this earth or entity to say, I got enough money.
Well, that's true. Rich folks always want to make more money.
So
now, I would agree with that.
You can't say that, because I ain't never heard nobody say, yeah, I don't need no money. I got enough.
So, so now, so while we sit back, I'm getting ready to pull up something that I think people have heard, and I talked about this, and me and you going to get into this. Hold on. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second here.
You go ahead while you're pulling it up. But no, I was just saying the SWAC does need to make a concerted effort because that way every team point blank is going to have an attractive schedule. And somebody just made a comment here. Like I too would like to see Jackson play a San Jose State, play some WAC schools. Those games are games that you can win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most people may think that you can lose those games, but those are games that you can win. And again, there's nothing wrong with going home and home. And honestly, in the landscape, Steve, of having the portal being the way it is, you need to play more national games because you're trying to spread your net wide to attract, because you also attract other players when you play them.
No, I think
when you play other schools. I'm sorry.
I think one of those things that, again, to me, and I saw this, he did a fundraiser. Magic Johnson did a fundraiser for Morehouse that he had at SoFi Stadium. Just because he know a few people, just to say.
Yep.
Just to know. And raised several $1 million for Morehouse. This, to me, if I'm the conference, if I'm the SWAC, because of a lot of our schools ties to LA, I'm sitting down with Magic to see how we can make a Magic Johnson Classic out in LA. And I'm rotating to Southern, Grambling, FAMU, and Jackson State, and you can put whoever else you want to bring. But I'm setting up a 4-year schedule with those 4 schools. And then whoever you want to bring, I don't care if you want to bring Sacramento State, whatever, it don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. But to me, I think there is an opportunity out there with Magic, with all his connections, and getting that in SoFi State. I think that would be crazy.
You're right, because Steve, the Las Vegas Classic was a success. It was a rounding success last year. It was a rounding success.
So we had a young man, SWAC Player of the Year, Andrew Body, who went into the portal. And there were things that were said, what it was going to happen, and what was going to be done. And so I wake up one morning, even though I already knew, but just for the sake of this story, because the story sounds good, I woke up to this news. Andrew Body is coming back to Alabama State. Zoe, I'm going to let you go first. Tell me what you think about this, and why do you think this happened?
I can't speak to why it happened, but I'm happy. I'm glad he came back. I'm ecstatic that Andrew Body came back to Alabama State. I truly, truly am. Offensive Player of the Year. He got a lot to play for. This season is going to be a big year for him. It's a lot riding for him. I mean, because Andrew Body in his collegiate career only had one. Well, he's only had a few games winning versus teams above 500. He had his greatest year last season. You know what I'm saying? They only beat, I think, 2 teams above 500 last year. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to it because the greatest player, I think, when it's all said and done, the greatest player in Alabama State history is going to be 0-4 against Jack State. So I welcome it, because Andrew Body is 0-4 against JSU. So I welcome it. And I've seen people, I seen small Alabama State fans, saying, "Oh, Jack State is shaking their boots." I'm like, how? He never beat us. We handle him just fine. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I really, really am. And we got him in Montgomery, which is another stadium that Jack State owned, by the way. And, Montgomery, Mississippi, because we take over that stadium every time we play down there. And let me tell you about the last time we played in Montgomery. JSU fan was so vocal. We got that dub. We whooped them on the scoreboard, and we whooped them on the field too, literally. But nah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I hope he comes back. I hope he have a great year. But when we play that next to last game, that game before Tuskegee, he got to come see them Lynn Street Tigers, dog.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. When I first heard him want to leave Alabama State, and I said, for me personally, not for that, because that young man, I know Andrew, I know his family, outstanding family. I understand this is a business, but I'm a businessman too. And I said the best business for this young man, if he did not get to the right spot, because I didn't see, I'm a big football guy, college. And I talked to, like I said, a lot of my friends, I was in the HBCU, a lot of agents. I talked about Andrew through the course of the year. I did not see a potential where he could go to a Power 4 school, you know, a Trinidad Chalmers type situation. One of my agent friends said, Steve, if he's going to leave, he needs to go to a group of 4 school that has the ability to potentially get to the playoffs. If not, I'm his agent. I'm telling him stay at Alabama State, and Alabama State better cut every check we can, every which way. I want him on billboards and everything. And my thing is, for now, because it's the marketing side of it. If I'm the SWAC, this young man needs to be on every commercial, every billboard, everything you got. And whatever the reason why he came back, you know what? You need to create the narrative that he came back because he wanted to finish the job at HBCU. I don't care what. I don't care because nobody will know why he came back because it's his business. But I'm telling you, if I'm the SWAC, the narrative is going to be he came back for unfinished business.
Well,
That's what it means.
Let me say this too. You know, I mean, I'm not going to even run from that. I mean, even if, okay, man, look, let's call a spade a spade. Let's just say we don't know, but let's just say if people run the narrative like, oh, he probably couldn't get the deal with that he wanted at a place that he wanted, so he chose to come back. I don't believe that, but be it as it may, even if that's true, Steve, I mean, it's still great for him to be back at Alabama State because you want your best at it. We want our best at these schools. We want our best in the SWAC. And if he's able to have a good year, that'll be 2 years in a row. And I'm not of the mindset that you got to go someplace else to get drafted because, Steve,
no.
I've seen, and we know that's not true. Hold on. Right here. You ain't got to go to no FBS school to get drafted. I've seen plenty of players from the SWAC get drafted. Oh, and people say, oh, you got to have ridiculous numbers to get drafted. That's a lie, too. I seen Jimmy Smith get drafted in the second round to the Dallas Cowboys. And senior year, he only caught 43 balls.
Oh man, we can. We got me and you can have a show on that.
Hold on. So I hate when people say you got to do this just because McNair was otherworldly with his numbers. That wasn't the only reason why he got drafted. He had it. He had the goods. Tavares Jackson put up good numbers, but he didn't put up nowhere close to those Steve McNair numbers that he got drafted in the second round. I mean, so let's not act like I don't know where people get this crap from, but he can get drafted. He can. Plenty of players have. So you don't have to go there to get drafted, bro. And we have enough data in the past 5 years to show that we've had so many players leave the SWAC, go FBS and ball out. Now we've had plenty to leave and not play as well. But we had plenty to leave and play and do damn good things. So the talent is coming. So again, kudos to him for coming back. And again, I hope outside of playing Jackson, he does put up good numbers. Because again, unlike most people, I want to play against the best. Like I said earlier, when we talked about the coach coming, Quinn Gray coming to FAMU, I want FAMU good. I want Grambling good, Southern good, Jack State good. I don't want to have it where, like Alabama State last year or Jack State last year, I don't want to have it where you sit there and say, just because we could talk shit online, oh, we won 9 games, but we only beat 2 teams that was above 500. See, I don't want that. Y'all may want that just so you can get online these Facebook groups and talk shit. That don't impress me. What impressed me is when you good and I beat you at your best. That's what I want. I want real legit parity in the SWAC. I want to have it where it's 8 and 9 teams above 500. We doing good in the non-conference slate. I don't want to be the best or the worst. But see, a lot of y'all like mediocrity. I like success. Point blank, period. Point blank, period.
Well,
these people, like, hold on. Granted, it was 26 years ago, because it's 2026 right now. But let me say this. Jackson State, in the 2000 draft, we didn't even win the SWAC. We lost to Southern in the first SWAC championship game and had 2 first-round draft picks.
That's facts.
So don't sit and tell me that you got to do this because I'm going to tell you right now, all the people who in their feelings like this, you're lying. I done seen it way too many times. You ain't got to do that shit to get drafted. That's bullshit. You don't. You don't. Well, hold on. You said who like mediocrity? Oh, I can name plenty of fans in the SWAC that like mediocrity. You want to sit there and talk shit. You 6 and 5 and won the conference, but you sucked ass all year. It's plenty of, come on, man. Alex, don't act like you're in these Facebook groups and you see people want to poke their chests out over this subpar bullshit that they putting out there on the field. Come on, man. I'm gonna call Campbell on that all day long. And every last one of y'all in this chat know it too. Long as we beat y'all, we good. That's a loser mentality. And it's rampant in the SWAC. And all of y'all know it too. Like Alabama State. Some people talking about, man, Alabama State should have got to the playoffs. Bullshit.
No. That was crazy.
Because they won 10 games last year. That's mediocrity. They won 10 games. They should win the playoffs. With what resume? Want to sit there and brag on what they did against UAB? It's a barometer like they gonna run through the SWAC. But they got boat race still by 10 points. But yeah, man, you threw for 400 yards. You had 5 touchdowns and ran for 100 yards, and you lost. I mean, gloating about more victories. That's mediocrity. Man, please don't pull that. And it's rampant in the SWAC too. Oh yeah, man. We did that, but that's them. But we still, man, so-and-so threw for 400 yards and ran for 100. But they lost though. And want more victories. Man, please. It's mediocrity all through the damn SWAC. If you go look right now at every team in the conference just last season, I want you to go and look at how many teams had winning records against teams above 500. I got time now. I don't think y'all know who y'all talking to.
Hey man,
listen, look at them goddamn records.
Sundays is the Mississippi boys tonight.
You better go look at them damn records. Alabama State, pull it up. I think Alabama State had 2 wins against teams above 500. Hell, Jackson State, I think JSU may have had 3. We were 9-3 last year. Go look. Who's the HBCU national champion? I got time. So I can go look at how many teams that they beat last year that was above 500. Go look. Go look. Go look. North Carolina. Hold on. Go look at North Carolina Central last year. And go look at how many wins they had against teams above 500. Man, y'all better stop playing with me, man, please. That's bull jive. And y'all know it. But hey, I just want to talk shit because we beat y'all. That's the energy with HBCU football right now. But I want better than that.
So I'm gonna get on this thing on the business side with Andrew. And one of the biggest games probably the game of the year. And a great game to watch, other than again, you guys played in 2 of the 3 best games on HBC. Well, yeah, not talking on the SWAC side. Definitely, when we saw South Carolina State, they played in 2 great games too, with Delaware State and Central. But one of the things that I want to say is, and why Andrew is so important, because now you're talking about things that you can market. When they came rolling into Jackson in that big crowd, and you're talking about the game ends on the last play with your superstar, win or lose, he had the ball in his hand. That's all you want.
Yep.
Your superstar on your side makes a great throw. And that's what we want. So for Andrew, for me, I want to see that and him go to the next level. Tona Hull is coming in for UAPB. I think that is going to open that offense on a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm Alabama State and Eddie Roberts, my 88 brother, Eddie, you got to let that thing go, man. You got to let that thing just air that thing out. Let that offense be great. And my thing is with Andrew, from his fraternity to the SWAC to the school, they need to be doing everything possible to make every game he plays in a big game. That needs to be a road show when they roll in there. Because that helps the schools that they're playing. When you guys roll down it, you think that game's not going to be crazy? When FAMU rolls in the town, you think that game's not going to be crazy? The Magic City Classic that already have 70-something thousand, it's not going to be crazy? Them playing Southern, that should be an incredible game with Marshall Faulk. And my thing is, again, sometimes what I always said was, to your point, Zoe, if you didn't have the right place to go, you come back to Alabama State because everything is right there for you. So apparently the NIL is going to be right. Mm-hmm. He's going to be an alumnus of Alabama State. He's going to play in games that are going to be on TV. So you can't say people are not going to see him. Games are going to be on TV. And like I tell people, man, listen, can't nobody tell me about this age game. I had a first round pick. I know all this stuff. I can tell you guys all this. If you play at your ability, all you want to do is get in that room. And what I mean that room, East West Shrine game, Senior Bowl. They got a kid, as I'll put in our chat, a D3 kid that was Senior Bowl. Nobody even knew who the kid was. He's a basketball player. Got to the Senior Bowl. He made him some money.
And guess who else made them some money? At Senior Bowl. The running back from North Carolina Central.
North Carolina Central. So again, I don't want to hear that you don't have to. But again, to be great in our level, you have to dominate.
Listen, Alabama State, so we're talking about them. They had a third string quarterback switch positions to go to O-line in the SWAC and got drafted in the first round. And this wasn't long ago. It wasn't long ago. A third string quarterback switch positions to become an O-lineman and get drafted in the first round. We had an O-lineman from UAPB. And had a damn good career, just retired recently. So again, this whole narrative like, oh, you do this, you can't get drafted, that's bull jive. Bull jive. I don't even know where that came from, but it's bull jive. Which player? Because the old lineman from Alabama State got drafted, about 6-7 years ago? 6 or 7 years ago. Yes. My boy from Pine Bluff, he was in the league, about 19 years with the Saints? He just retired last season. Had the fastest 40 time of any old lineman in the NFL draft history. Yes. Tyus Howard from Alabama State and Teron Armstead. I'm sorry, had a great career with the Saints.
Yeah.
But we want to talk about, you can't get drafted from there. That's bull. I don't know where they got that from. Like I said, I've seen several players from JSU get drafted. Literally several in my lifetime. Lots of them.
Well, Reese says something. Let me tell you something, Reese. One game can get you noticed, but 11 games gets you watched. And what I mean by that, you got to be consistent. And this is what I'm telling you. You have to be dominant from game 1 through 11. 1 through 11. Trust me when I tell you this, because that's the first thing. You got to have the level of consistency to even be talking about that one game that you're talking about. So let me say this. You got to talk about the Kobe Durant. Hold on, Zoe.
Go ahead.
And they game, but Durant was from 1 through 12. Dominant. If you watch this tape, you know this.
Hey, Reese, let me tell you this. You're wrong on that too. Because you don't have to be dominant against a P5 school. It helps, but it's not the protocol to say that that's what's got to happen to get drafted, because that's bull job. Because Rashard Anderson and Sylvester Morris didn't play a single FBS school. And we didn't even win conference that year. And Rashard Anderson, just to add insult to injury, Rashard Anderson got cooked in the SWAC championship game. Gave up 2 long touchdowns to Michael Hayes. And still got drafted in the first round. The 22nd pick in the draft, bruh. Didn't play a single FBS school. And Jackson was loaded on that roster that year. Jimmy Smith ain't never played an FBS school. He only caught 40 balls and went in the second round. And literally, let me tell you, if Jimmy Smith, if he didn't play with that Booker Sugar, probably going to be a top 5 NFL receiver of all time, because he was forced to retire. Oh, you can look into it all you want to. Whip your phone out, because Google is fast. So go and whip your phone out. Google fast. Go and whip it out. I'm going to sit here and lie to you.
My elementary teammate, Jimmy Smith. And this is the thing, man. Shout out for the $5 chat. Hey, man, listen, you did Terrell Jones. Hey, man, he got a potential to get a Super Bowl ring. So here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and we because I'm looking, hopefully, guys, on HBCU Coach Corner, we're looking to talk to Andrew, hear from Andrew. So, look out for that and everything. And like I said, man, once again, this is me and So Phillips, man, sipping on Sundays, Mississippi boys on, man, bringing it to you on Sunday, talking about it, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Please hit that Subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Let everybody know, man. Me and Zo might be doing this every Sunday. Just let you guys know what we got going on, man. We got 260 people in the building, man. Really appreciate it. So I wanted to shift gears because I know you saw this right here. And I'm going to pull this up because this was crazy.
Crook, you lying. He ain't get cooked every snap. Crook, stop lying.
We had a situation where you had a big basketball game between Tuskegee and Morehouse at Morehouse. And the coach got handcuffs put on him, Zo. And I'm going to play this. And I'm like, what?
You saw it was clear as damn day. I didn't even have to hear about the football players coming on the court, but you saw it clear as day. The damn police officer got wet. He was weak emotionally because the coach said something to him in a way that he didn't like it. And he want to put him in cuffs. A weak little bitch.
Let's see here. Let me make that a little bit bigger. All right, here we go.
Crook, you're lying. Stop lying, Crook.
I'm gonna play this. Hold on. Can I get the sound? Oh, this one has this. Oh, hold on.
It's just me on the board.
Clear as day. Clear as day.
Now I'm gonna set this up. The coach, and let me call his name right. Coach Benji Taylor was upset because apparently the Morehouse football player had been heckling the whole game. And at the end of the game, the football players came out the stands
and broke the line. Broke the line for the players.
And got into the shake hands line. And he, because there is a rule, nobody's supposed to be on the court.
Yes.
He went and pointed out, and whatever happened with this police officer, that this police officer had the audacity to put handcuffs on a coach. You know, man,
weak, man. He was wet. So here's the thing. Look, give it context. As you guys know, whenever a football game ends, you know, players just cross the field to go shake in the middle of the field, and then they disperse. College basketball is totally different. College basketball, you have the event team, and they're pretty much made to keep everybody on the floor, and the teams face each other, and they cross each other in a line to shake hands. And then once they get to the end, then they had, you know, break away and then head to the locker room. The coach was basically telling the officer, the football players are breaking the line through the lineup and they're not supposed to be on the floor. He took exception to the way that he said it and got all wet and got it into his damn feelings because he didn't like the way the coach said what he said to him. But he never said, guess what? You're right. And guess what? He still didn't do his damn job. Because his whole focus was, how dare you talk to me in that manner? Look how you don't talk to me like that. Man, you can't be that emotional and be no damn police officer, dog. Because that right there is a problem. You get killed behind something like that. Literally. Literally. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Look, I know we're here, but I'm gonna tell you that if there was a white coach, he wouldn't have done it.
No, not even.
If it was a white coach,
we ain't gotta play that game. No, he wouldn't even try.
If it was a white coach, he wouldn't have done it, and that's what make it even more weak because we devalue black people. Man, he was a little bitch. I'm sorry. Look, I don't care. He was a little bitch in doing that. He still did not go and stop the guy from coming on the court. So he was a failure to do his damn job. But because you talked to me a certain kind of way, I got to come arrest you on a bogus charge. Because he got out. So you arrest him, it's no charge. It's not even a misdemeanor. It's not even a misdemeanor.
They took the cuffs off of him once he got off the court.
That's my point.
So that's just insane. So, you know, the VP, Reginald Ruffin from Tuskegee, wrote a letter. And one of the things that I'm going to go to this part right here. We are deeply concerned by the circumstance that led to Coach Taylor being placed in a position where he felt compelled to intervene. And we stand firmly in our belief that no coach should ever be subjected to such a situation to prioritize student-athlete safety. Tuskegee University remains committed to working collaboratively with the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference and our peer institutions ensure that proper security protocols are enforced uniformly and consistently at all conference competitions. The safety and dignity of our student athletes and coaches and staff are non-negotiable. Here's my thing. I want y'all to bear with me on one. I want to just show y'all something real quick. Because this is the thing that really bothered me once I found out it was Morehouse football players. This is what bothered me. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, and I just want y'all to explain something to me. Wait a minute, there we go.
He needs to be suspended without pay.
This is Morehouse's record. Please explain to me, these boys were 3-7 and 3-5. What the hell did they think they're damn tough to go on anybody's court, even at home court, to be talking to anybody? Bro, y'all were 3-7. Y'all were 3-7.
Man.
Bro, y'all not, bro, listen, Morehouse men. Bro, y'all not about that life, man.
Hey, man, hey, with 3-7.
Bro, listen, you go to Morehouse, and that's a great, bro. You a Morehouse man.
No, dog, 3-7. You 3-7.
You're not like them boys from Florida. You're not like them boys from Jackson. You're not like them boys from Baton Rouge. Come on, man. You not about that life.
Steve, they 3-7. Them Morehouse boys, man. I'm calling them Morehouse men.
Boy, y'all
Morehouse
3-7.
boys.
Your basketball player probably might whoop y'all ass down in Tuskegee. Man, come on, man. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Trying to show up. You know, man, listen, bro. Ain't nothing worse to me than when people want to be big and badass, and they ain't got nothing to be big and badass about. So this is what y'all do. Hey, y'all play these doors on the football field, and you probably lost. I guarantee they lost to Tuskegee. I had the same engine when y'all played Tuskegee. That's my thing. How about y'all had that same energy? So y'all gonna sit up there and heckle a basketball coach, come out there for what? I mean, that's soft. That is soft. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is me, because all them boys is boys with the basketball, football player. If I'm the basketball players for Tuskegee and they football brothers, I'm telling them, man, knock them some bitches' heads off. Every one of them. Because that's weak. That is real weak. You gonna come out there and you 3-7. You ain't even like that, Zoe.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's like, and it's a basketball game. That's my thing. It's a basketball game. So it's like, bro, and these the same cats that be wearing them jeans all the way up their ankles with no socks. And then they sitting up here trying to be big bad, man. Come on, bro. Listen, man. Listen, hey, y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that, man. So it's once again, this is one of those things that should not have happened. You got to have cooler. And I'm gonna say this again to all my people that are in law enforcement. I know it's a tough job. I know people say a lot of stuff to you, but you know what? Like my mom say, they paid you to do that. You're not volunteering. You are paid to be a professional. And you just should have thought twice. Because if nothing else, you should have told that hey, coach, now listen, get the hell off this court. You can give him that saying, get off the court, get out of here. But don't be putting no cuffs on the guy. That's just crazy, so.
Dog, that officer was weak, bro. Point blank, period. Man, you can't. And I'm gonna tell you something. What you saw in that video, that's a microcosm of the typical police officer. That's the typical experience you have with a typical police officer. That same energy. You ain't doing your job, but you're hard pressed because you don't like the way somebody talking to you. So what I see is you have low emotional discipline. And being a police officer is a high-strung job. So if you're weak emotionally as a police officer, you ain't gonna cut the mustard.
No. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. So, man, listen, like I say, I hope, the brother, he going to sue, got civil rights attorney, man, again, I think that Morehouse needs to be fined. Actually, Dr. Holland used to be over there at Jack State. That's my guy. And he's the commissioner of the SIAC. I think he needs to come down hard on Morehouse and just say this is just unacceptable, man. Because first of all, the visual of a black man being put in cuffs already is bothersome. That's my thing. And we know how demeaning that is. And anybody that's black, and I know women, but as a black man, when I have not done anything, and the first thing that police want to do, because they know they have the ability to put me in handcuffs to make me act like a boy, and you can't do anything, and then you're going to walk me off. No, man, I'm not going to have that. No, I'm not going to have that.
Man, at the end of the day, man, that was weak. It was weak. He'll never believe that down.
Hey, listen, man, we've had you guys watching us, man. Listen, I'm going to drop the StreamYard link before me and Zoe get out of here, man. We talked about a lot of things, man. If you want to come on and, man, talk about, do you believe what Zoe's talking about with the Jackson State schedule? Is it weak? Is it not strong enough? Or is it, hey, Jackson State trying to win the SWAC championship? That's what some of the people online are saying. And that's the schedule's going to allow us to do that. We play the games that they put out in front. Also, what do you guys think about Andrew Body coming back? Should he have not come back? Should he have stayed out there and hopefully found another home? And then last but not least, man, what do y'all think about what happened, over there at Tuskegee, man? We really appreciate y'all, man. I know a lot of y'all have been looking for something, to check out, man. I appreciate Zoe coming on, man. Zoe, let me ask you a question, man. Looking going forward, I don't know how much basketball you watched and things like that, but I've been watching a lot of basketball and stuff like that. Shout out to Charlie Ward. But, man, great game by Alabama A&M sweeping the Rattlers and stuff like that. Saw Alcorn had a big win against Southern. Saw Jack State, playing, games and stuff like that. What do you think, Zoe, is the next step for us in basketball to be relevant like we have been in football?
Man, I don't know, man. I really can't call it because basketball is so intrinsically different. You know what I'm saying? And the landscape of basketball is so different. And believe it or not, man, from all other aspects of everything within the sport, we're more aligned with the FB. Well, we're all D1. But when we talk about a Power 4 structure, we're more aligned with them from a facility standpoint. From all the things, the outlier things, we're more aligned with them than all the other sports in basketball. We really, really are. And for what people talk about in the SWAC, if you go look at all the arenas outside of maybe Alcorn and possibly even just Jackson, Alcorn, I'm going to say Alcorn, Jack State, and maybe Bethune-Cookman, look at all the arenas in the SWAC. Yeah. They're nice. Really, really nice. But what is it going to take, Steve? That's a damn good question. We have talent. We have teams that got plenty of talent, man. I really don't know. Some of it I want to say is coaching.
Yeah.
Some of it is coaching, and some of it is just, man, I'm gonna say intrinsically, it's just the culture. There's not a winning culture year in and year out within the SWAC when it comes to that. Because, bro, from a fan engagement standpoint, from all the other outlier stuff, man, it's just kind of hard to wrap your head around it. Because again, you look at, for example, you look at Mo Williams. Man, Mo Williams has been recruiting his ass off at Jack State. Jack State got some damn good talent on their roster, but they ain't cutting the mustard, bro.
Yeah,
got one of the best players in the country, and Deshaun Ruffin, who does what he does. Not just against SWAC competition, but whoever Jack State faces. But they ain't cutting the mustard because they stat sheet at the end of the game, you're not winning. And they had a brutal schedule, which, again, that's another thing I get into, too, because going out here playing all these damn ranked teams and instead of playing games that you could possibly win, because at the end of the day, man, a winning record does numbers more so than starting the conference and you won 2 games.
Yeah.
That ain't doing nobody no favors, all that damn losing. But, you look at Bethune-Cookman, look at Texas Southern. Like, we have good players. We've been had players. But how is it going to translate to win, to be like a George Mason? And I truly believe you could have a George Mason or a Florida Atlantic type deal within the SWAC.
Florida Gulf Coast.
Florida Gulf Coast. And I mean, look, Alabama State Arena is better than theirs. Grambling Arena is better than theirs. Like, we have those. FAMU Arena is better than theirs. Like, we have that in the conference, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, I'm going to address Emmett. Let me tell you something, Emmett. Listen, bro, you got to understand something. We start busting over 1,000 people these last couple of games. That, for FAMU basketball, is winning. So I'm telling you something. Charlie Ward, which I told everybody was going to be a great hire. Craig wanted to take his ass down to Grambling. I'm glad he's down in Grambling. But I knew when I got the phone call that Charlie Ward was going to be our coach, I knew we got the right guy. Because anybody that knows Charlie Ward, he is a quiet assassin. He has a respect from his team and everybody that's around him. And man, FAMU basketball is on its way up, man. But shout out to that, that environment, Alabama A&M, man. I think they had 5,000 people. I think I saw Scotty said at that game. That was amazing. So you get it. Go ahead, John.
I don't want to shift gear, but I have to address this because somebody said Dion was also helped the SWAC in the SWAC. That's what helped Titus get the look. No, it wasn't. I looked it up. Titus Howard got drafted in 2019.
Yeah, Dion, he was already gone.
That had nothing to do with Deion Sanders.
I don't know where y'all get that from. Yeah.
So I just had to say that because again, I hate lies and propaganda. No, Deion Sanders he was in the conference.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we've had several players get drafted, bro. And we have to stop devaluing what we are, and that's the problem.
No, wait a minute. Now, Edwin, I know things. I'm gonna address this real quick. He was not ran up out of Tallahassee. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. The man was negotiating on the phone while he was getting ready to walk out of the press conference at Grambling, talking about he wanted to come to FAMU. I said it, and he know it. Now, how about that? There ain't no secret. As he said, what's understood don't need to be said. And then he come down there and do an interview talking about his mind all ain't right, whatever. Nah, He played the game. He went down there, Grambling paid him. FAMU Carter offered it and actually offered him more money. He said, I'm coming back. And then he walked out there with Grambling. So he ain't get ran up out of there. So just telling you that. So that thing. No. And we ain't a basketball school. But I tell you what, we like Charlotte Ward. And like I said, we like Coach Gordon and everything. Man, listen, I'm going to say this one thing, man. You know what? So can we keep this going on Sundays, man? You ready to hang out on Sundays? Can we do this? How your schedule look like?
I'm going to have to see.
You have to see. But listen.
I have to see.
We're going to see, man. We're going to work this thing out, man, because one thing I want to say, man, and again, man, I want to say this really quickly. I'm so proud of Abrion Scott. He's down there at Alabama A&M. He ain't causing no problems. I ain't heard nothing on social media. He keeping his head down, is working.
He working too.
He working. And I'm glad, you know what I mean? And everything's a little bit quieter out here in these social media streets. But with that being said, me and Zoe got to keep this thing going because I know y'all want to hear some of this good analysis. I'm going to be on, hey, man, we're going to bring Outspoken February 9th on Monday. Me and Perry, it won't be Outspoken. It might be speak a little bit, speak something about something. And if Zoe's available, we're going to keep trying to do these Sunday nights, until football season come around and everything. If it might not be every Sunday, maybe every other Sunday, you know what I'm saying, to keep this thing going. Come on, we want to keep these conversations going, man. We know that you all appreciate it and things like that, man. And we appreciate all of you all, man. And like I say, I think this is just great Sunday. But I will say this, Zoe, you know what? I take that back. Maybe Rock can get on because it is Super Bowl Sunday, so next Sunday. So wait a minute, so before we go, we've got the Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots.
Ain't nobody care. Ain't nobody care.
Come on, Zoe. You gotta make a decision.
Man. New England gonna win.
Think New England's gonna pull it? Well,
yeah, you gotta understand, man. Seattle quarterback is getting a shot in his ribs every game, and he ain't been looking well. That's another conversation, but yeah, New England gonna get it.
Gonna go New England. Well, I don't like Robert Kraft. I don't like the Patriots. I don't like the Seahawks because I just don't like the Seahawks. But
the Bears ruined it, dog.
Oh, man, listen, bro. Listen. That right there. Yeah, that would have been a whole different thing. But I'm gonna, you know what? Yeah, see this is the only thing right there. We do have let me ask you a question, guy. I think I heard is Terrell Jones our only HBCU player, and I don't even know he's on the active roster, but he will be there. Is he our only HBCU player represented on both teams? Because I would love for him to get a ring. So if that's the case for Terrell Jones, I would love for him.
I think so. Yeah. I think all the other HBCU ties are coaches
and stuff like that. Yeah, I did see that. Shout out to the black coaches, man. Again, and everything. Yeah, this might be one of the most. Yeah, and then they got Bad Bunny. I ain't watching Bad Bunny. I don't know nothing about that. Can't do nothing like that. So, man, listen. We'll see. We might come on. Next Sunday. If not, me and Zoe. We're gonna check the schedule. But man, we're gonna try to keep sipping on Sundays going. Keep everything out. And man, listen. You know how to get at me. Send me a message. Tell me what topic you want me and Zoe to talk about, especially Zoe, because Zoe the one getting in trouble. I'm trying to keep everything whole. You know what I mean? So whatever you want us to talk about, man, we got a lot of things. Hey, I tell you what, National Signing Day is on Wednesday. You're going to find out who actually is coming to your university. Because things have been flip-flopping. I've seen some people saying they're coming. And also one last thing, too. To all you young men that left our HBCUs that's stuck in that portal, we tried to tell you. We tried to tell you.
In the words of Mama, every tub got to sit on its own bottom.
We tried to tell you. You had something good, and now you want to come back. And guess what? Hey, man, that gate code to change, boy.
So, and the thing to that, too, is that the bad part is every agent has been telling every player to just get into the portal. They've been telling them that get in the portal because that was like their leverage. But what them agents didn't know is you can get your ass in the portal, but that don't mean that them coaches gonna take your ass back. And that happened. That's been the main thing because they were using that as leverage. You know what I'm saying? But because you know the old saying, he who has leverage has control. But what those agents failed to realize was that those players that got in the portal, they didn't have leverage. Yeah, they didn't.
Well, they're not real. Hey, let me say this. I mean, you know, I'm on this. I'm gonna stand on it. First of all, they're not real agents.
No,
so
they're not.
99% of these guys are fake, wannabe Jerry Maguires that led a lot of these kids wrong. And I'm gonna say this to these parents: you need to do your research that are talking to your children because they're still your children because they come to you when they need something. And a lot of y'all believe a lot of that BS and got those kids out there, and now they're stuck. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of those kids are never going to get a scholarship back. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. So if you have a young man that's stuck in that portal, he better figure out a way to either stay at that school, pay for school, get into a junior college, keep his grades up, and call that coach back and hope he can get back on that team. Because a lot of you all let your kids make really bad decisions. And we as parents, we shouldn't have allowed that. And I don't know what y'all were thinking, oh, well, he's not playing and stuff like that. Well, you know what? Play better. Practice harder. Ask your coach what you can do better. Because you run into the portal, guess what you found out? There was nothing out there for you. Nothing out there for you. So, man, listen, man. For my man, So Phillips, your favorite HBCU, Mississippi Sippin on Sundays. Might be every Sunday, might be every other Sunday, might be the third Sunday. Hey, it's empty, man. But we appreciate you, man. And like I say, man, we'll see what you're sipping on next Sunday. Talk to y'all later.
Deuce.